My whole recording just stopped because I was talking and going through my phone, thinking I could do that. No, I couldn't. So I was looking at stuff. So yeah, um, there was a lot that happened during this timeline. Let's start with this. The Dark Order is the main focus of this campaign from chapter 1 to chapter 4, which hasn't even started yet. Chapter 1 started during the main plot point of stopping the Leviathan, which failed in attempt that everyone brought the orbs to hell, and that was not what they needed to do. They needed to split them off into different areas and stop it. The Namur advanced team failed that step and basically doomed the whole world. During chapter 2, everything was okay. It was normal. That world didn't have a Leviathan or a void. Even though the void is the world between worlds, and these universes were in like a triangle shape. The void was in the middle. I made the excuse, since everyone was leaving and we didn't have time to continue this campaign anymore, I just said, fuck it. I'm just going to rewrite it. This world died. It got eaten because there was glitching happening. I revealed in one of those 2 episodes, in one of the 2 episodes in chapter 2, that there was glitching. I think it was in the first episode. There was glitching that was happening. The world was kind of shattering around them. So I pretty much said, screw it. The Leviathan, which was this, I depicted as this giant squid-like creature. This thing opened up a hole and ripped out Universe 2 from existence. So then we move on to chapter 3, which is where everyone knows him. Everyone probably misses him, Zadok. Zadok and had his character, Seraph. Seraph was amazing. He also made Taba, which I haven't gotten to do much with. I most likely will bring Taba back. But Seraph and a group of other people joined Seda on an adventure in Azalar to find out the mystery behind the Shadowlands. The Shadowlands being the dark, gloomy, corrupted lands that was spreading this purple corruption around. This corruption was supposedly by a tiefling woman by the name of Storm. Storm wasn't the cause of it, as she was originally the wisp for Cyrix, but she split herself from it and was sent to Aslar. During her time, she was basically just trying to cure the corruption. Zeta and the group headed to the Shadowlands. They were interrupted by Max, Storm, all this other stuff. They fought these mechs, headed back to Azlar and the giant squid. Can't forget the giant squid that Serath actually caught using a totem. They went back to Azlar and decided to talk to the princess, who was also Seda's beloved. Seda also had a sister who helped make mechs and do all that. After they killed the council, which were members of the Dark Order, or going to be, they then decided to, continue their mission. The Leviathan, giant squid, came back out. It opened a hole through the fabric of space and time and came through. It decided it was time to finish this world off. However, doing so, Seraph, Seda, and everyone else, as well as Isla Black and Zira, stopped Delhurt, the god of not god of creation. There's no god of creation. Helena's the goddess of creation. Delhurt, the god of corruption, and his Leviathan were both killed and captured. Delhurt was captured, the Leviathan was killed and sent off to the offshore to another region where they could keep it contained and make sure it's dead. That was the Imperial Knights' mission now as the military force. The Azlar Defense Corps became the police unit in all of Asteria now. So, during that time, Seda and Seraph made a group. They went off and decided to try and figure out if there was any way to stop the Dark Order. Taba vanished. He was plucked out of a bit of the timeline, and brought into the future. He met an Ankylosaurus, and they became best friends. Taba also joined the Dark Order for a time. I'll probably explore that more later, probably in Curse of Valo. Shadow's Uprising met with a lot of hiccups. It started off as an academy, and then we went into a military base of the Imperial Knights. A wisp infection happened, not of the royal bloodline, but of a infection split from another timeline. That decided to cause a breakout inside that section of the world, or, well, that area of Azlar, of future Azlar, and they were sent to the underground base. The underground base was attacked by a Dark Keeper known as Kuja, and Kate and whatever Cruz's character was named had to leave and go to Jeff the Birdman's spar. They met him, and they had to deal with this whole walking war base where the time orb was being kept. So that whole thing was stopped. I had to do a final so I can start Chapter 4 at some point after a butthole of drama happened, which was not fun to deal with. B is not in D&D anymore. Cruz is not in D&D anymore, and Zadok was removed on account of not being a dick. It was my own fault that I removed them on accident. I shouldn't have removed them. He was actually one of the best players and one of the most funnest players I've had so far. I know he's watching this and probably going to say something to me, either in the comments or through Discord, whichever. So, right now, Curse of Valor is 3.5, and this takes place during the end of Chapter 3 and the beginning of Chapter 4. This is like in between. I haven't finished saying what happened in Chapter 4. Pretty much, Sylvia attacked the Time Orb, which was B's character, got sucked in. Allison was revealed as the daughter of the Astral of Darkness, and Amira being her sister, and a lot of stuff happened. We met the Master in the Time Vortex, or the Time Realm, and Ayla, Isla's wife, was revealed as his child. Chapter 4 will take off with us trying to find the shards of the Time Orb, but Chapter 3.5 Curse of Valor actually had one of those Time Orbs revealed as the Night Shard. A War Titan, or Fortitron named Warhound, or Darkhound, wants the Night Shard to become more powerful. He works with Delhurt's Dark Order and wants nothing but destruction. The past 4 sessions of Curse of Valor has been a lot of fun. It started as a Halloween one-shot and grew as a full-on campaign. Right now, Curse of Valor follows Madani. It did follow Tak and Quinn. Those two couldn't join anymore. Bless them. They were great. Madani and Quinn met the Queen of Valo in Helldem, who is actually the daughter of Cirrus, a different version of Cyrix, and someone else, or I think it's Ava and Frost's daughter. I'm not sure. I have to go back and read it. But I will also link the wiki in the description of this video. During that time that Quinn and Madani were going around, they found artifacts. The Book of Shadows inside of a haunted house with Bug's son, who was just running around finding, random houses to buy. He bought this haunted mansion, and this haunted mansion he didn't want anymore. He gave it to Quinn and Madani and Orion being the king of Valo, held him, but in hiding. He was also a member of Section 8. They went in. Quinn got bound by the Book of Shadows, an artifact only usable by whom it chooses. A couple sessions after, Madani got 2 of them, the Frost Cube and the Ring of the Flaming Ring of Ruby, or the Flaming Ruby, which was given to her by Blaze, Orion's son, as a quote-unquote proposal from Blaze's mom. So she thinks they're married. Orion's been having a interesting love affair with the best friend of his wife. And that's currently it, other than the next session being session 5, with the next chapter being, or not chapter, next session being Namira. We're going back to Namira. So I may do something, reveal the doorway to hell, or some other stuff there, maybe, depending on what I want to do. But their goal right now is 3 things. Find all the artifacts and rebuild the Katana of Destruction that easily used in Chapter 3 to kill the Leviathan. Or somehow make a Black Wisp to fight the Leviathan. As well as the third thing, I actually forgot what that was going to be. But that was going to be something else. So 2 of those things, either or letting the Dark Order rule the world, pretty much. But that's the recap at the moment. I will probably write up everything again and make a story so far, or update the story so far and link it in the description.